What's up, you guys? It's Mooney Ray, and I'm back with another video. So today, I want to talk about 11 things that you should know before entering nursing school. People have different experiences, but this one was mine, and I hope it will help you in the future. So, my first pointer is you're never too old to start. I was in school with grandparents, older mothers. I just want you guys to know that it's never too late. If you're willing, there is always going to be a way. Never feel like you cannot do something. There's always a shortage in the nursing field or the medical field, period. But especially being a nurse, we always need more. So I encourage you to go for it. Do it, okay? The second one is be mindful and save money. Nursing is very expensive depending on what route you take. I went the cheaper route. I did my prereqs at a community college. I actually did get accepted into university, but after I saw that tuition, I was like, I'm good. Let me go ahead and knock these prerequisites out, which are like your math, your English, your anatomy and physiology. Save your money. I wish I knew, or I was told to save as much money as I can before going, because obviously things are going to add up, but they added up way quicker than I thought that they would. I can't talk. They added up faster than I thought they would. Textbooks change every semester. You need new textbooks each semester. Scrubs for clinicals, shoes for clinicals, supplies for clinicals, and whatever else. I made the mistake. Well, it wasn't a mistake. It's all I could do is put it on the credit cards that I had and gradually pay them off as I go. But instead of getting caught up in the credit cards, I would rather just have money saved up. You can put that money toward the unexpected expenses that nursing school is going to throw at you. Not all of us have the luxury of having our parents pay our way or our spouse pay our way. Some of us have to pay our way ourselves. So if you are interested in the cheaper route, definitely Google or research your nursing schools around that you're interested in and see if they have a pre-nursing program or anything like that, because mine did. And with the pre-nursing program, it was basically a program that did prerequisites before the nursing courses. So I wish that I knew that they even had a pre-nursing program, because that way I would have did most of my prerequisites through that program instead of going to community college and completing them, because I could have saved my money and my time. The third pointer I have is know who your support system is, because this is a time where you need people on your side that are understanding about what you're doing. They know that you're taking this serious, and this is not like all the other degrees that other people may be taking. No offense to anybody else, but the nursing program is very rigorous, it's very intense, it's very strict. So a lot of people in college may be able to party, go to party every weekend still, as long as they get their exams done or get their project done. But nursing school, you're constantly studying, you're constantly having a task to complete, you're constantly having a project, an extracurricular activity to do outside of class, and there's always something for you to do. Your calendar is always full, and if you don't have the right people around you to understand that, they might throw you off and allow you to not be as focused as you need to be. It's serious. Okay. So yeah, a lot of people say, oh, get rid of your relationship if you're in a relationship, da 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 da. I actually did have a relationship during nursing school, which is fine, like I said, as long as they're supportive and their understanding of what you're trying to accomplish. You should be good. So my fourth topic is make sure your employer is flexible. You guys, at the time I was going through nursing school, I worked at Sam's Club, and I'm so thankful for them because they were so freaking flexible with me. Like, whenever I couldn't work, I would just let them know whenever I wanted to work. Like if we had spring break, winter break, and I needed more money, I'm taking advantage of that opportunity. They will put me on the schedule. They already know what your schedule looks like, so there's no pressure on you to try to juggle this job and juggle, you know, studying and juggle this test and juggle clinicals. Nursing school is very time consuming. You think that there's only clinicals, you think that there's only lecture, but in all actuality, there's speaking events that are mandatory. There are community activities that you have to do that are mandatory. At my school, I even had to ride on an ambulance for 12 hours, you know, with the paramedics and the EMTs. So there is other things that you're gonna have to do. It's very important, like especially if you have kids or whatever, that you have an employer or you have a job that is understanding of your schedule, and they're not going to stress you out about, you know, being absent this many days or being late because you couldn't make it due to a test or whatever the case may be. It literally saved my life. So they really want you to preferably work in the hospital, a medical assistant or a CNA, healthcare tech, something like that, so that way you can get that experience. The fifth pointer I have is learn how you study best. What study method works best for you? Are you an auditory learner? Are you a kinesthetic learner? Are you a visual learner? Because, you know, during your journey of nursing school, you're going to become friends with somebody, and you know, along that journey you might be invited to a study group, or someone might ask you to study with them. But if you guys do not learn the same way, or if you guys don't have the same study methods, then that becomes a problem. I'm a kinesthetic learner, so me doing whatever we're learning helps me remember. Someone can't just tell me something and I remember exactly what they said and know how to operate from there on. That is very important. Like I said, you can also learn different study methods from different people that may work for you, but you know, we didn't study in high school, but nursing school, that's where I had to really learn how to study. That is very important for you to know how you study, what works best for you, okay? The sixth topic is the grade point system. Now, there's some schools that are on a 7-point scale. My school, anything less than a 77 was an F. There weren't any D's in nursing school. So a 77 was a C, and that was basically like a C minus. Even though in high school that would most likely be a C plus, basically in nursing school that was a C minus, and that was the lowest score that you could obtain. If you got anything lower than that, you got an F. There is no 76 and 70, nope, F. So therefore, if you do plan on getting a higher education after your nursing degree, maybe you want to be an NP, maybe you want to get your doctorates, whatever you want to do, and GPA matters, going into nursing school knowing that that grade point system is a little different than what you're used to is very important, because you know what you're getting into, you know how hard you got to work, you know what you need to do, period. You just know what you need to do. Yeah, that is something that threw me off in nursing school, because I did not know that until I got there. The seventh pointer I have is don't be so open with your grades and your progress. This was relevant to me because I went to a smaller school, so everything was more like personal and intimate, I guess, because our class was so small. Nursing school is competitive. You know, everyone wants to be the best. Everyone, which, you know, that's a good thing in certain ways, but they want to compare themselves to you, and then it becomes an ongoing competition. Now they're asking you about each score on each test, and you know, it might make you uncomfortable. It might rub you the wrong way. Basically, the better you keep it under wraps, or you stay to yourself with the grades, because I know you get all happy like, oh wow, like I got an A on this test, I got like a high score, and I didn't think I did that well. You know, it's exciting, but sometimes people might not have done as well as you, or you know, they may feel some type of way like you're better than them. I don't know. It's just, I would just say, be aware of who you're telling your business to, because some people aren't going to be happy for you, okay? They want you to do good, but they do not want you to do better than them. And that's just life, you know what I mean? So try to feel the vibe between people before sharing your oh so lovely grades or GPA. The 8th pointer is, know that when you go to clinical, your clinical rotation isn't just clinical, those are possible job interviews, okay? So make sure you're on time, you're dressed appropriately, you're following the rules, you're prepared, you studied your patient, you've done your research. Well, just make sure you're prepared at all times. This actually happened to me. At our school, we had to come to the hospital, research the patient, come up with a care plan. What interventions were you going to do for them? How were you going to care for this patient, right? So I had a patient, and the clinical supervisor just called me out. We were just waiting for our instructor to get on the unit, and she was just like, hey, what patient do you have? And I was like, oh, this patient's in room whatever. And she was like, tell me about him. And so I told her about the patient, told her what the patient was in for. So then afterwards, she told me, so what is your plan for him? What are you gonna do for him? And off rip, because I did my research, I was able to tell her, okay, well, this is what I have planned for this. You know, he has symptoms of this, and I'm going to make sure we do this, and da-da-da-da. I'm going to check this, I'm going to check that. And just telling her my interventions and my rationales for each intervention. And right then and there, she told me, oh, you know, based off of what you just told me, I know exactly who you're talking about. When do you graduate? I had a whole year left before graduation, but she still handed me her card and told me to reach out when I graduated and I may have a job. And I kid you not, you guys, that same time, well, not that same year, but at the end of the semester when I'm now about to graduate, she literally called me. It was a coincidence, but it's just crazy how it worked out, because I still had her number, and she literally offered me the job. Yeah, so be very prepared in your clinical rotation, because that might just be your first nursing job and you don't even. The next pointer I have is, do not be discouraged. Yes, nursing school was literally the hardest thing I've ever done. However, just because it was that hard for me, it might not be that hard for you. Don't allow what someone has told you to discourage your capabilities. Whatever you put your mind to, you know, you can do it. Period. Whatever you put your mind to, if you want it bad enough, you will find a way. And that's just that. Nursing school is very hard, but when you're done and when you've accomplished that goal, you're not going to think about how hard nursing school was, because your life has changed and you're literally in such an amazing position that you don't think about how hard it was, or, you know, how many doubts you had in yourself. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Period, Pooh. And the last pointer is, nursing school is not going to be exactly like your first RN job or nursing job. Just know that once you get out of nursing school, it's like learning all over again, because it's just a whole new world, okay? So don't think that because you graduate nursing school, you know exactly what to expect. They're going to train you on how their unit works and how to handle situations that you never even saw in nursing school. I hope that this helps you prepare better financially and mentally, especially with all that's going on in the world today. Maybe you feel like you've been motivated to step into this career. Maybe you just feel like it's just time to go for that nursing degree, and maybe you're right. So if you're one of those people, I hope this helped you. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you feel like I missed, if you are a nurse already, or if there's any other questions that you may have. I'll be happy to answer them. And yeah, like this video, subscribe to my channel, you guys. Stay positive, get inspired, be resilient, and keep the faith, okay? See you guys later.